Well, tomorrow, President Obama and all the living former presidents will gather in Texas to help dedicate the new George W. Bush Presidential Library.
Tonight, we're getting a sneak peek with some help from former First Lady Laura Bush. Autria Godfrey is in Dallas with the preview. Autria?
Laura Bush was more than happy to welcome all of us here to the campus of Southern Methodist University. It's not only, as you can see, the site of her husband's presidential library, but it's also her old alma mater. This is the 13th official presidential library, and I was able to speak with some of former President Bush's former aides earlier today, and they say that he had a hand in every single part of this library and museum, and that his vision was simple. He wanted to simply lay out the facts of his presidency and then let those who visit decide what the Bush legacy is.
In a surprise appearance today in the Texas Rose Garden, former First Lady Laura Bush made it clear the George W. Bush Presidential Library is not a monument to her husband.
I hope people really learn and relearn the history of the first decade of our new century.
Speaking in a replica of the White House Rose Garden and just steps from an Oval Office where visitors can take a spin in the president's seat, Mrs. Bush discussed the defining moment of the Bush presidency, 9/11.
I think it's important for people to know about it and to remember September 11th. George walked a family through recently and realized that the children who were on the tour with him weren't alive on September 11th.
And so, serving as that haunting reminder of the day that forever changed America, the mangled remains of a steel beam from the World Trade Center. It stands just steps from exhibits about education reforms, the historic recount of the 2000 election, and how the Gulf attempted to rebuild after Hurricane Katrina. But those snapshots of history fall in the shadow of the terror attacks and the decisions made by Bush's administration that are still questioned today. One interactive exhibit seeks to silence that.
You hear the conflicting advice, you have breaking news. It's very much like being at the White House and having a lot of people give you differing opinions, and then you have to make a decision under intense pressure.
For the generations to come, there will be 200 million emails and 4 million digital photographs on display. It's the largest holding of digital records of any presidential library.
We're really the first presidential library affected by the use of the computer in the White House. So we have around 80 terabytes of electronic information.
That data, by the way, equals 1 billion pages that will be here on display. Now, that dedication ceremony is set for tomorrow morning, and in addition to all 5 living presidents being here, we're also told that family members of the victims of 9/11 will also be in attendance. Live in Dallas, Texas, Autria Godfrey, ABC 7 News.